happening, my fellow geeks and geekettes? Welcome to a brand new, very exciting episode of Cosplay Chris. Today, we are going to be reviewing the 1/2 scale Prime 1 Ben Affleck Batman Polystone statue. I am so excited about this guy. Now, I gotta let you guys know, this is half scale. This guy is huge. Now, you saw the little montage at the beginning of how you put this statue together. Now, you saw there were two boxes. This guy comes in two boxes. One box, the smaller one, is for the base and the base alone. And the bigger box is him in pieces. This thing all up weighs 80 pounds. He's heavy, really heavy. So I've had to change the whole format of how I usually do my collectible reviews. First and foremost, because it's hard to frame this fucker. So obviously you guys have seen how you put him together and piece him together, what he looks like coming fresh out of the box. What I'm gonna do now is turn the camera around and the microphone around, and I'm just gonna dissect the whole thing, show you guys what it's made of, the materials, what I think of it, my final review. You know what my final score is gonna be, but he's fucking beautiful. So with that being said, I'm gonna turn the camera around. Let's get to the review. All right, geeks, here he is in all of his glory. Now, I just wanna do a full body shot just so you guys can really get a true idea and gauge the scale of this guy. So here is a 1/6 scale Christopher Reeve Hot Toys Superman. And it's just, it's no comparison. He's massive. Like I said, it's hard to frame him. That's why for the thumbnail, I could only, you know, get in close like that. So let's move forward. Now, let's start from the ground up. Let's talk about the base. The base is absolutely beautiful. Unfortunately, I don't have enough room at the front here to put this logo here. Now, you do get a choice of the Batman logo or the Batman v Superman logo for obvious reasons. I just want the Batfleck logo. And here, as you can see right here, is a switch for the LEDs. Now, the LEDs are beautiful, but I also have a drop LED light there, so that's gonna look really, really wicked with the lights off when it's at nighttime. And like you guys saw in the video, you just pull this compartment out, and that's to change the battery. That's 2 C-size batteries. And there we go. So let's give you guys a nice look at the base. It's just like all raw plated steel and iron and riveted, and it's just badass. So this figure is predominantly polystone, so be very careful if you guys do happen to purchase one of these in taking out the box, putting them together, because like the instructions suggest, you gotta put the feet down first. So only one boot has a foot peg, which is this one, and you've got to position this one perfectly so when the legs do slot in place, they all join up. The detail on the boots is absolutely beautiful. It's just, they've seriously nailed it. And you know, it goes without saying, because the bigger you go in scale, the easier it is to detail something. Now, I'm going to talk about the bodysuit. Now, myself, including a lot of others, were a bit worried when people were getting these statues in hand. It kind of looked like this was no longer fabric that they were using. It would just kind of look like that's how it was molded and cast, and that was it. It looked very shiny, but I can assure you, this is fabric glued down onto the polystone. It's absolutely beautiful. If I can just see that, how you can just move it a little bit. So it is glued down quite well. It's not going anywhere, and it's got that rubbery feel to it. It's got the raised texture printed onto the fabric, and there is some real nice subtle muscle shading around the abs section and all throughout. As you can see, it's just perfect. When it hits the right light, it really brings this piece up a notch. Now, if we move over to the gauntlets, these things are big and fucking heavy, and they're magnetized, and you pop them in place as you saw at the beginning of the video. I don't know how well the camera's going to pick it up, but you see that subtle kind of brownish kind of weathering going on the leather there. It looks beautiful. They've just really done a good job of bringing out all those subtle details that the suit has. Now, the chest emblem isn't made of rubber or anything. I believe this is also made out of polystone, and the one thing that bugs me is it kind of lifts there on the chest, as you can see, but you know what, it's no big deal. It's fine. I'm happy with it, and you can see all that amazing detail within the chest logo. It's just brilliant. Like, they've gone to town on this guy. It looks like my Nightmare Batman chest logo, how I covered it in sand from my driveway. It looks like they took some sand from my driveway and did the exact same thing. Now, one bit of nitpicking I want to get out of the way, and that's the belt. Now, don't get me wrong, the belt is beautiful, but I am going to be doing some work on it, and all I really want to do is get each individual piece and bring them closer together, because as you can see there's just way too much space between the canister and the pouch and the buckle, and I think I may make a thicker strap, a thicker belt strap. As you see there, it's not, you know, sitting flush with the hinges of the buckle itself. So look, guys, it gives me an excuse to do some work on this guy, like I needed one. But the back is Velcro, so it Velcros on at the back. Now, before I get to this beautiful head sculpt, let's talk about the cape. The cape is absolutely stunning. It is made from double ply leather, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. And it does have the subtle browning and weathering at the base of the cape. And I was worried at first when I saw the catalog photos, the cape was tucked under the cowl. For the catalog photos, I'm like, that's not how it sits. I really hope they do something about it. So the way they've sewn it is it's permanently folded back, and all you have to do is bring it out and fold it over the cowl, and it just sits beautifully, like the screen used suit. Now, last but certainly not least, let's talk about this beautiful head sculpt. This is Ben Affleck in the cowl through and through, no question about it. And the detail is just absolutely amazing. I mean, look at that. Look at how beautifully the camera picks up all those subtle details, the 5 o'clock shadow. It's even all raised and it feels like a 5 o'clock shadow. They've got the signature Affleck mole on the side there. It's just beautiful. The eyes, everything. The detailing on the cowl is insane. I love it. It's just absolutely perfect. It's quite heavy, so how it goes is, you know, you place the cape on the torso and then slot the head in and then fold the cape over. I'm just gonna get up on my bed to move back just to show you guys. I told you, he's huge. It's really hard to frame all of him up, but overall, I am floored. Like, it's seriously such a beautiful piece. This is the most high-end piece I've ever owned, and I was really on the fence about it, first and foremost because of the price. It's not cheap at all. So I ordered through Sideshow Collectibles, and funnily enough, the base arrived on Friday, and the rest of him didn't arrive till Monday, which was weird. He was still stuck in Honolulu, so he's had a bit of a holiday before he arrived here. But guys, overall, and apart from the belt, which doesn't bother me, it means I get to do work on him, so I'm excited. Apart from the belt, it's absolutely perfect. It's a brilliant addition to any Batman collection, any Batfleck fan, Batman v Superman, Batman in general. It is perfect for the man cave. So with that being said, I'm going to give the Prime 1 half-scale Ben Affleck Polystone statue 5 geeks out of 5. Come on, you knew I was going to give that score. So thanks very much for watching, guys. Like I said, I highly recommend picking one of these guys up. I did get him from Sideshow Collectibles. I do believe they're about to run out of stock. If not, if you are based in Australia, you can get him through popculture.com.au, and he will get to you a lot quicker if you are based within Australia. Now, to keep you guys in the loop, this weekend, Miles and I are getting together. We are finally going to be doing that video on how you guys can build your own Batfleck voice modulator, just like the one I demonstrated to you guys last week. Hope you guys are well, hope you guys are happy, be merry, be silly, and until next time, geeks, please always remember, cosplay to do it best. Do you want to grab a beer? We're gonna grab a beer.